Hi friends, it's Miss Everett from Flint Hill Elementary. Remember, I teach fourth grade at Flint Hill, and today we're going to do a math lesson. So we've been learning some things about multiplication using place value charts. And so we're going to do that today, a little bit of reviewing it and maybe a peek at what's coming. But we're going to use Zern because we love Zern and we've been using it. I don't know if we'll get through the whole lesson because sometimes we got to take it in bits and pieces, but we're going to Zern it. Okay, guys, let's get ready. What I want you to do is put your thinking cap on, and I want you to have paper and pencil because at the end, I may ask you to solve a problem. So you can solve the problem at home after you've had the lesson. Now remember, you could watch the video over and over again so you can get the lesson. All right, guys, let's learn.
How many ones do you see?
Okay, guys, this is really simple. We can see how many ones. Oh, wait, what did it take us to? I think it just skipped us all over the place. Let's go back. Now, here we go.
What's up, math maniac? Let's learn.
Let's learn.
How many ones do you see?
I see 3 ones. What about you? It keeps skipping us, guys. It's okay. We are going to go back a little bit, and it says which, because it's skipping us. So we see how many ones? 3 ones, right? And it says, then it goes on to ask us, well,
Which place value chart shows 3 ones times 10?
so this place value chart that's kind of shaded, because I've already picked this one, actually shows 3 times 100. And this one shows 3 times 10. Because guess what? All we have to do is, if we know it's by 10, 3 ones by 10, is to move them to our next place value, right? That we know 1, just 1, times 10 makes it 10. And we put it in the 10 spot. And to complete the equation, if we know 3 ones times 10, I know someone's like, I know the answer. I know what 3 ones times 10 is. I know you do. But we need to make sure we understand what that place value is too. That means we now have 3 in the 10 spot, so 3 tens equal 30. We know that though.
There was one group of 3 ones on this chart. Lucas, how can I represent multiplying these 3 ones by 10?
You can move the discs over to the tens place, and that will give you 3 tens. Moving discs 1 column to the left in the place value chart multiplies them by 10.
Right. I'll draw this arrow to show that I multiplied the 3 ones by 10. And if I want to multiply that by 10, I can move them 1 more place over into the hundreds and get 3 hundreds. What did I multiply 3 ones by to get 3 hundreds?
What did we multiply 3 ones by to get 3 hundreds? We multiplied the 300. We multiplied 3 times 10, and then by 10 more moved us into another place value. Look at that. 3 times 10 times 10. What's 10 times 10? 100. So we have 3 times 100 equals 300. Did we take our ones and move it to the hundreds place because we were multiplying it by 100? Yeah, we did.
Multiplying 3 times 10 times 10 is the same as multiplying 3 times 100. That's because in 3 times 10 times 10, you can group 10 times 10 together to make 100. So you have 3 times 100, which equals 300. The same answer we get when we do 3 times 10 times 10.
That's right. This is what Sophie did, modeled on a place value chart. Rather than multiplying by 10 2 times, we multiply by 100 1 time. Now try using what you know to solve 3 times 1,000.
Okay, guys. Now, we are going to try to do 3 times 1,000. Now, we know that Would it be hundreds? They've told us that we can move our disk to the spot that it's multiplied by. Is my 3 multiplied by hundreds? No. Is my 3 multiplied by thousands? Yes. So my 3,000s would be here. Guys, think about what that answer might be. I'm sure we'll get to it, but think about what those 3 place value discs being in 1,000 spot may mean. How much is that? Okay, so we did pick the right one. So now let's see what happens. What value does the place value chart show now? That's what I was thinking about. So it says we have 3,000s in the place value chart, right? Now what?
Lucas, how'd you show 3 times 1,000?
I showed 3 times 1,000 by showing 3 ones times 10 to get 3 tens. Then I did times 10 again to get 3 hundreds, and times 10 again to get 3 thousands.
I like it. Is there another way you can do this? Sophie?
I moved the group of 3 from the ones column to the thousands column
What?
and drew an arrow representing times 1,000. That also gave me 3,000.
Nice. How can we express Lucas's and Sophie's solution strategies as multiplication sentences?
How can we do that? Let's see what they're asking us. Complete the multiplication sentence.
Complete the multiplication sentence to represent Lucas's strategy.
So when we were trying to find hundreds, we did by 10, and that represents the 100. What does it say here? By 10, they multiply by 10 again, and they multiply by 10 one more time. Look at that. Correct. So what does that mean? Sophie just did one thing. She did 3 times what? 1,000. And see, those are the same thing.
Lucas,
I took 3 ones and multiplied that times 10. Then times 10 again 2 more times to get 3,000. So my work shows the equation 3 times 10 times 10 times 10 equals 3,000.
that's right. Sophie, what does your work show?
On my place value chart, I showed 3 ones times 1,000. It looks different, but it's really the same as Lucas's because you can group together the 3 tens in his equation so that he has 3 times 10 times 10 times 10. And then that's just 3 times 1,000.
I love it. Sharp thinking. Let's keep grooving and try another problem.
Okay, friends, just so we don't get overwhelmed, we are going to go ahead and let you write down 15 times 10 on your paper at home. This is the problem you're going to work on at home. And you're going to make a place value chart and see how you move it, right? And then you're going to see where it moved. Now, this one's a little tricky because it has tens and ones in it. But it'll be fine because remember, we're moving things in our place value chart. And then show me a couple of ways that you can do it. So you go ahead and work on that. So write down on your paper, how about 15 times 10, and also write 20 times 100. And why don't you see what you get when you do those problems? Remember, make a place value chart and use your disk, or you can just draw dots because you may not have place value disk at home, and that's okay. Just draw some dots. You see, those are just dots. We're not actually moving disk. Draw some dots and see what answers you come up with. Do 5 times 1,000. So here's the problems you can do. Write them down. 15 times 10. 5 times 1,000. 20 times 100. 8 times 1,000. do those problems and see what you get. Make place value charts and just use dots. You don't have to worry about discs. But if you do want to use discs, you can just ball up a piece of paper and just make it a disc, okay? So do those few problems. Rewatch the video as much as you have to. But do the problems, work on the problems, because multiplication is so important in fourth grade, okay? So let's go ahead and let's get off and let's start working. You've seen the video, you can look it over again, okay? It doesn't disappear. So I want you guys to get the work done, okay? So I will see you later on our next part of math. Bye, guys.